Faith without works is dead. I don't wanna die so soon. I got moves to make instead. I ain't scared, I'm prepared. Big ideas inside my head. I'm gonna make them manifest. And I'm dressed for success. I left, right, order my steps. Network, I ain't gotta do it by myself. Who you know, show me who you know. Better let them know we bout to blow. It's time to go, go, go.
I'm attracting, no accidents, that's fate. Just go in and have a little faith. Faith without works is dead. I don't wanna die so soon. I got moves to make instead. I ain't scared, I'm prepared. Big ideas inside my head. I'm gonna make them manifest. And I'm dressed for success. I left, right, order my steps. Network, I ain't gotta do it by myself. Who you know, show me who you know. Let them know we bout to blow. It's time to go, go, go. Go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah. Go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah. I ain't trying to trade my time, yeah. Simply wanna show you what I'm worth, yeah. Daily I'ma stay on my grind, yeah. Have a little faith and go to work. Go to work. Yeah. Go to work. Go to work. Yeah. Okay. Now go nuts.
Hey there, I'm Trevor Houston, the creator of the Who You Know Summit, and I'd like to welcome you to the Who You Know Job Networking Show.
On our program, we'd like to show you a job search like you've never seen.
Everything from getting noticed by employers, how to properly format your resume, and how to network effectively using LinkedIn to drive recruiters to your profile.
We even take suggestions from our amazing community.
So if you want to learn all things job search, go ahead and subscribe now.
Focus. It's all about the job search. So if you want to learn how to land that next success, you heard them. All you got to do is subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on a thing. Welcome to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important, but who you know? Who you know can make all the difference in your job search. Guys, I'm super excited. Today's a very special episode, so get ready for some motivation, education, and inspiration with my boy Glenn Lundy in the house. Super excited, Glenn. Nice to have you here, man.
Yeah, man, it's about time. I'm super excited to see you in like real life.
Yes.
Mic drops right at the gate.
Right out the gate. This is going to be an amazing episode, guys, so get ready. But before we dive into all the fun stuff, we always like to go to the audience. So let's see, who do we got with us? I see Hope in the house. Hope Mangita, good to see you. I see Anna from Washington, D.C. Good to see you. I see Timothy Mitchell. How are you? Good to see you here. Sean Welsh, how are you? He says should be another great show. It absolutely will. And here's what I'd like for you guys to do if you could.
I see Janelle Griego.
Yeah.
I see Russell Tabone. Tina Overfelt is here right now. My man John Paul Guidry's here right now.
What's up,
all,
John?
All kinds of folks. Terry LaPierre.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I just,
you got your community. Yeah.
Can't be leaving out the crew, bro. Can't be leaving out the crew.
Love it. Love it. So, guys, let us know where you're tuning in from. Go ahead and rep your city, rep your hood. Get in those comments. Get in the chat right now. Because we do something pretty special on this show. We like to give out awards, okay? So we like to give out awards. So our top engager of the month, we get a Who You Know Ice Shaker. We like to hook you up, right? Because you're showing love. And our top engager of the quarter actually gets a seat at the table. So they get to come here on the show, be part of it. We get to blow them up because they're showing all the love to us. So we want to show love back.
I love that. I think that's spectacular.
Yeah, we blow them up. So
those cups are dope too, though. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the water taste better. I'm just saying.
I feel you.
I know you got that water over there. Yeah.
We probably should have worked on a little brand endorsement thing ahead of time.
Probably should have. So last week, all right, in third place, we actually have Mike Mediterranean with 12 comments, so appreciate you, Mike.
Mike!
Yes. In second place, we got Joel Fry with 36 comments. Let's go, Joel.
Joel, let's go.
Joel, I want you to be first place next week. I'm just saying. I'm throwing that out there. I mean, how are you going to be second? I'm just saying. If you're not first, you're last. But we love you anyways, Joel. You're the bomb.com. And in first place, we got Paul Haggerty with 47. Paul.
Way to go, Paul.
So Paul already knows what it's like to get one of these because he got one last month. So he already knows, but he's trying to get on.
I see that. I feel that.
He's on it. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be here. So guys, make sure you, again, rep your city, rep your hood. Let us know where you're coming from. I also want to know if it's your first time. Put hashtag first time down there in the comments. If you're searching, right, for a job right now, I want to know what it is you're searching for. So put, hashtag project management or accounting and finance or automotive, whatever it is that you do.
I might know a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy, right?
I might know a guy.
We might be able to work something out. So let us know what it is that you're looking for in the comments, and we'll give you a shout out as well. And right now's the time. Right now's the time where you hit that share button. So go ahead and mash that share button. I want you to get this thing all over the universe, all over the map, because you never know how this show can make an impact in someone else's life. So please do that. Show your support. And if you really want to know how you can show some love, pair your channels, okay? So we always like to talk about how to do that. If you don't know how to use Restream pairing, if you don't know that, hit me up in a DM. I've got a quick tutorial I'll send to you, and that way you can actually go live with us. How cool is that? So make sure you do that. Send me a DM if you want the instructions. All right, now we always like to bless this show with a prayer for the listeners. So if everybody could bow your head with me. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this amazing day. Thank you for this show, and thank you for the breath in our lungs today, that you can help to use our words to help lift these people up. I know there's a lot of people out there that are hurting, struggling, going through a hard time. But use this show to help bridge the gap and build divine connection that can help these folks get to where you have called them to be, Lord. All these things in your name, in Jesus' name, amen. All right, now.
I love that you do that before every show.
Every show.
It's awesome, man.
Since day one.
I love it.
And it's something that's just, it's part of it.
Yeah, man.
Part of it. So that's the reason why we do this, Glenn. I mean, I've got to help these folks, get back to where they're supposed to be.
That's right.
So... and we've got a lot to be grateful for. We have so much to be thankful for that we got a lot of people that are back to their cash flow now.
Which is great.
A lot of people that have landed. So we're going to celebrate. Yeah.
Back to your cash
flow. Money
flow.
gun. Okay, well, let me first tell you about all this, okay?
Okay.
So the money obviously represents the cash flow.
Right.
The donut. You might be thinking, what the heck's the donut about?
Man, I'm a big fan of donuts.
You like donuts?
And this is a squishy donut.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the donut.
Which
back in the
side
day-
should I put out?
I don't know. Flip it like coin.
You guys place your bets on which side do you think it's like the Super Bowl. What color is the Gatorade going to be? All right.
What was it?
I don't know.
You don't know.
No.
So the donut represents becoming whole again. Back in the day, we would meet at churches and we did these job networking groups, and before COVID, obviously, right? And people that landed a job would come bring a box of donuts, and so when you saw donuts, you knew somebody landed and they became whole. They're back to work.
Gotcha.
And they would get up and they would tell their story, their testimony of how it happened. You know, was it a connection? 9 times out of 10, it was networking. It was who you know. It wasn't what you know, it was who you know. And so the donut represents becoming whole again. And so I thought, you know what, just in the spirit of things, it's not just donuts, but it's also dollars, okay? So donuts and dollars, we're going to celebrate. We got a whole bunch of landings. So congratulations to Maria Perez.
Way to go, Maria!
Fleming.
Let's
Mark
go!
Burger, John B.W. Oh, I'm out.
That's why you gotta be easy, bro. You gotta be easy on the trigger. You gotta be easy.
I got a jam.
You gotta be easy on the trigger, man.
All right.
You gotta make sure you got enough to spread around.
Vicky, Wyrick, congratulations, Vicky. We got Lois Marie. We
Way to
got
go, Lois!
Michael Dunn, Blake,
Michael and Blake.
Cody, DeMartin, and Susie Wigley.
Wow, nice, man.
Woo! Yes.
Way to go.
Actually, that's not all. We got so much more. I actually tagged them all up in the show. Okay, what we want you to do is, guys, what you need to do right now, if you're searching, go reach out to everybody we tagged, okay, on the show. I want you to reach out to them, congratulate them, say, hey, congratulations, you got the job. Ask them how they did it, right? Ask them how they did it. How'd they get there? What'd they go through, right? Success leaves clues, right?
No doubt.
So we want to know how you landed, and you know what? Network with those folks too, because they went through the journey. They know the decision makers. They know the recruiters. They know the hiring managers. They just went through it. So maybe they could help open a door for you.
No doubt.
Right?
Plus, it's the energy, man. You want to get around winners, right? You want to get around winners. So if you're sitting around and everyone around you is going, there's no jobs, I can't get a job, can't find a job, that becomes the reality. Ooh. So you know that these are winners, right? These are the winners.
Those are the winners.
Get around the winners. Watch what happens in your life.
Mic drop. I love that. Get around the winners, right? All right, there's something, okay, so at Frisco Connect is a job networking group that we used to meet at this church. And I will say what you said about energy, right? Love the group. Phenomenal group. The leaders there are amazing. Everybody there's great. But I would go and the energy was... And the job seekers would look over at each other and they, you know, how long have you been here?
Right.
A year and a half. And if you're brand new and somebody tells you they've been here a year and a half, you're thinking, oh my God.
Right.
And so the energy was super, super low. And that's a big part of my calling is to help raise that energy up. I got to get their frequency up because, again, they're feeling a little bit down.
Well, here's the thing, Trevor. People have to understand how energy works. And they don't teach us this for some reason. Like, you know, you can go to physics class, science class, whatever. They'll teach you that energy cannot be created, nor can it dissipate. Okay? So all of the energy that exists on our planet right now is the exact same amount of energy that exists on this planet the day it was created. It's never changed. So energy cannot be created, nor can it dissipate. It can only be converted. That's it. That's why we have a big windmill, catches the wind, converts that energy into electricity, right? So knowing and understanding that energy cannot dissipate nor be created, it can only be converted. Whatever energy you are around will convert to something in you. It has no choice but to do that. So when we get around high vibes, high frequencies, high energy, get around winners, get around those things, it converts in us, right? And we elevate. Same thing on the other side. You're in an environment like that, it has no choice. Like, you can't control it. You can't say, I'm going to go into this negative environment, hang out with all these folks, but I'm going to be dope and everything's going to be amazing. Like, it's not how it works. Energy is a real living, breathing thing.
And you can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel it. Like, here's where I really understood what you're talking about was Clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you could feel positive or negative energy, which we're going to talk a lot about today. Yeah, you could feel it, right?
Instantly.
And it's like, when things are rocking and rolling, but you can feel it when it's not.
No doubt.
And it's audio only, which was interesting for me because I'd never experienced that.
Well, words have energy.
Right.
Right? Words have energy. Sounds have energy.
Oh, yeah.
Vibrations have energy. So being a spot that was only audio,
that's it.
It amplifies, right? Because typically we have that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's just,
and it's straight from the heart to the ear. Like, I believe that our voice is our heart's way of expelling who we are, what we care about, our feeling, all of those things, right? Comes from the heart through our voice and out into the universe. And then the ear on the other end is the receiver.
Yeah.
So people's ears are catching.
Don't they say
that's how we're translating energy?
Don't they say that your vocal cords or your voice is kind of like a fingerprint, right? Like, it's unique.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, there's no one else that has another one like it. Is that
exactly on a energetic scale? Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's awesome too.
Dope, man.
Man. All right. Okay. So I got a real quick tip of the week, and I talked about this last week, but it's something I shared it with Glenn, and I shared it on the show last week. But I want to also talk about it again this week because it's something we're going to be pushing. We're going to be pushing this. We're going to be pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. It's called the Pay It Forward campaign. Okay. And the Pay It Forward campaign, we always talk about when you land, we want you to pay it forward. When you get back to work, you need to go build a relationship with the decision makers inside that company, but we don't want you to wait until you land to pay it forward, all right? What you can actually do is share, right? Like sharing this show, sharing our training, sharing everything that we do, because everything that we do is free to the community, right? We're just serving people. So if you have something that you know that has helped you and you've enjoyed it, right? Like, you're watching the show now, you're like, hey, this is great stuff, I love this. You've come through our trainings, you're like, man, this is awesome. Why would you hold that from someone else, right? You have something that can help someone. So what we're gonna ask you to do is to share it with 3 people, okay? Pay it forward, share it with 3 people. I'm gonna teach those 3 people to do the same, okay? So you like numbers, I know you do.
Sure.
3 times 3 is?
9.
9 times 3 is?
27.
27 times 3 is?
71.
81, pretty close. So
64, 74, 81.
81, pretty close. Do that 12 times. If you do that 12 times, the reach, guys, is 1,594,323. That's impact.
Yeah, massive impact.
Impact. So I'm going to be teaching this strategy. I want everybody on board, right? Because we're trying to help people. We're trying to reach people that are lost, that are feeling hopeless, maybe feeling like throwing in the towel. That's the goal of this show. We need to find those people. And I promise you, within 1.5 million, there's a few of them.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
All right, so guys, I'm super excited. Don't go anywhere. We got to go to a real quick break, but I got more Glenn Lundy when we come back.
If anyone is out there and you're a realtor or you are looking to get your real estate license, it's a very low cost entry, $300 to take your real estate course online. Inexpensive compared to like a college. EXP is $150 to join and it's like $84 a month. So relatively speaking, these are very inexpensive costs. If you are interested in that and you want to work with me as a realtor, I'd love to have you join my team, and you want to hear about the model, then go to join
10xempire.com, and I do this opportunity call every Tuesday. Would love to answer your questions and tell you more about what I'm doing. If anyone out there is interested in working with me.
It's time to pay it forward. Who You Know Nation, check it out. I got an idea. It's actually not my idea. It's not really original, but the movie Pay It Forward, where he's talking about helping 3 people. And if those 3 people help 3 people, and then those 3 people help 3 people, right? It starts to create impact and change. And that's what I'm all about. I've been doing our summit and everything with the Who You Know show now for years. Everything is free to the community. We've been giving for years, and it's always been about impact for me. And so I'm going to ask you for a favor. I'm going to ask you to pay it forward. It's something we always talk about. If we've ever provided you any value, I want you to share it to 3 job seekers, 3 people who are looking for their next successful opportunity. Or the other thing you could do would be to share the link to our summit online. You can literally just do it in a social post. You could post it out there. But if we do this, think about it. We can cause change. We can actually make an impact, and you can be part of that. And I want you to be part of that. We appreciate you. Hope you have a phenomenal, blessed day. And let's go make some change out there in the world. All right. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
I remember just kind of laying behind the trees, behind the bushes, just kind of laying in these areas, hoping to not be seen. But even when people would see me, they'd see right through me. And things just got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. This is where I came. I just decided, man, I was going to swim out. This felt so much easier, you know? And the ocean water just pushing me back in. But I ended up just laying on the beach and looking up, man. And from here, when you look up at night, the sky is just filled with stars. And I just remember looking up and seeing the stars and just realizing how strong and powerful God is and how small my problems were.
Welcome back to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important, but who
you know?
Who you know can make all the difference in your job search. Let me tell you who I know. I know this guy named Glenn Lundy, and he is a husband to 1 and father to 8. Yeah, that's right. I said 8. He's also the founder of the #Rise and Grind Morning Show. I'm repping that right now.
Yup.
And Breakfast with Champions, the Millionaire Breakfast Club on Clubhouse. Not to mention, he's an auto industry leader, motivational speaker, and he's on a mission to change the way you start your day. If everybody can give me a warm welcome for Glenn Lundy, my man. Yeah.
What up?
What up, man?
Let's go.
Yeah, this is like family up in here.
Yeah, man, you got money everywhere. You got wholesome donuts. Like, I'm ready. Let's do this. This has been a long time in the making.
I know. Well, last time you were here, you were up on the screen.
Right, virtual.
And we've done a lot of virtual. We've done a lot of that.
Yeah.
And this is the first time meeting you in person. So, man, I just want to say it's been an amazing run. I just love you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
For real. So I want to start off with #Rise and Grind, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk about this, okay? Because One of the things I think is, there you go. One of the things I think is interesting about your show and hashtag Rise and Grind, we actually, I didn't know this in the very beginning, but me and you started our show at the exact same time.
Really?
January 2018.
Yeah, January 6th was my first show.
We were January 31st, last day of the month.
Dang, man. No, I had no idea.
4 years, little over 4 year. We just had our 4-year anniversary, right?
Yeah.
And what I think is just so fascinating is that this is episode 303. Right? He's laughing. Episode 303. Matter of fact,
congratulations, man. 300 episodes.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Let's get in the chat. If I can get everybody to put 303 in the chat. Glenn, tell the audience, how many episodes have you done with hashtag Rise and Grind? We had the same amount of time, by the way. Same amount of time. How many have you done?
Well, we did 1,000 episodes of hashtag Rise and Grind live 5:30, and then we actually did 25 episodes of a variant of that show. So 1,025 episodes.
1,025. That's like, guys, and I got to tell you, from somebody who does this, like, you're a machine. There's no way.
Thanks, man.
What the heck? Why? That's what I gotta ask you. Like, I mean, there's gotta be like a driver. What is it? That's insane. Why?
There's a few things. You know, the show originally, I just got sick and tired of all the negativity and nastiness on the internet, right?
Okay.
And I realized it was bothering me. And I'm a firm believer of something like, if there's something you don't like and you just kind of walk away from it, no big deal. But if something's really getting at you, it's like really bothering you, I believe that that's God's way of telling you to do something about it, right? He's leading you, he's guiding you. And so it was really bothering me, all the negativity. I knew I couldn't eradicate negativity online, but I thought maybe we could create a safe space, just a little tiny corner of the internet where people could come and it would be motivation, education, and inspiration, right? And so it started as that, plus it also made sense from a marketing standpoint because I was running a dealership. I was the GM at a large dealership in Paris, Kentucky. And so for marketing purposes, having a show every day, and I'd say, my name is Glenn Lundy. I'm a husband to 1, a father to, back then it was like 5 kids or something like that, a father to 5, general manager at Dan Cummins Chevrolet and Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealership in America. It's 5:30 a.m. and I hope you're ready to rise and grind, right? Yes. So it was great marketing. We were creating positive space. And then also, because of my season of homelessness, I know what it feels like to feel invisible, right? To where nobody will say your name, nobody makes eye contact with you, to feel worthless. And so I knew we could use the show as a way to reach people in a dark corner and say their name. So if you notice on all my shows, every episode, we play a song, and for 3.5 minutes, every episode, I just go through and say people's names.
Shout out.
Just shout out people's names. Hello, hello, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And so
it makes you feel appreciated, it makes you feel seen. I remember the very first time I ever got a shout out. I had already been doing live streams.
Right.
So I was already, doing productions and stuff. And then I got a shout out on a show one time, and there was an energy to it. I was like, that's what that feels like.
That's right. When somebody says your name, it's a big deal, dude. Your name is such a powerful component of your identity.
Yeah.
And so when someone shouts out your name, it lights up something in you. You feel seen, and we all want to feel seen, heard, significant. So Rise and Grind was a way to do that. And originally I didn't know if people would watch. Originally I didn't even care if anybody would watch. Then people started to watch. Then we started getting messages from people that said, hey, I was invisible. I was thinking about taking my life. You said my name. Now I feel seen. My life's been turned around. And once you start hearing those, then it's like, I'm waking up a little groggy or a little tired, but I'm going, bro, you got to do a show. What if there's somebody sitting in their car right now with a gun waiting for you to say their name? You know what I'm saying? And so that's been the driver behind it.
So that Glenn, is why I do this. I've lost a few people. We've lost some job seekers. And suicide runs deep in my family. No one's been successful, thank God. But I all throughout my entire life growing up, I've been in and out of the hospital with my own family.
Yeah.
You know, and like when you see somebody and you can see that hopelessness, there's a responsibility. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like I have to put the light back. I have to give them some hope. Mm-hmm. My pastor, Pastor Ricky, he passed away this last year due to COVID. But he told me, he said, "Trevor, you're not a dope dealer. You're a hope dealer."
There you go. That's right.
He said, "You're a hope dealer."
Much more powerful.
Yeah. But so yeah, that's why we do this.
That's it.
That's it, man. I gotta reach people, and so I appreciate what you do. Tell me why the morning, though. I gotta know, because okay, like you're on a whole nother level, right? 1,025 episodes. That's insane. In the same amount of time, guys. Same amount of time. So you talk about. Well, you tell me why the morning.
Because I got a lot of kids, bro. Because I got a lot of kids. No, that's a big part of it, though.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer, if you're going to make a commitment to something, make sure you create a realistic expectation.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm going to do a show 5 days a week and try to do it at 8:30 in the morning. It's not going to happen. Kids are going to be up. Somebody's going to need cereal. There's going to be a diaper that needs to be changed.
The world's already moving.
The world's moving.
Yeah.
And so when I first initially thought of doing the show, I was like, well, what time can I guarantee that nothing is going to get in the way? And the only time I could find that I could guarantee nothing would get in the way and then still be able to go and do my job to run this dealership was I had to do it at 5:30 in the morning. The great part about that was, though, I've studied successful humans around the world, and every single successful human that I've had the opportunity to study has a powerful morning routine. Mm-hmm. Now, what time they wake up varies, right? You could be successful at running a company that goes from 10 o'clock at night till 7 o'clock in the morning. You might go to bed at 7 in the morning and get up at 5, but it's what you do when you first wake up. If you change the way you start your day, it makes a massive impact in your life. So positioning the show in a way we could help people change the way they start their day at 5:30 a.m. and then also creating a space that I knew nothing would ever get in the way and I could still do all my other responsibilities and obligations.
Well, it's genius, okay? It is.
But there's also no competition at 5:30 a.m.
Y'all hear that? Yeah, I told you this guy's a genius. So he says no competition.
That's right. Ain't nobody
helping
else.
people start their day off right, which goes to the mission. Like, and the family's not up yet, so you can be as loud as you want.
Yeah.
Right.
In the studio.
Or were you waking them up?
Originally waking them up. Yeah, originally. But then my wife,
she was like,
she kicked me out. Now I have a studio 15 minutes down the road.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I've also heard you talk about proximity, frequency plus proximity equals
affinity.
Tell me about that. Tell the audience about what that means.
So there's a book called The Like Switch, L-I-K-E.
The Like Switch. Okay.
And this book was written a guy who was a former FBI. He worked for the FBI, and it was his job to convert spies from during the war to be double agents. So he had to go find the spy, track him down, and convince the spy to turn on their own country.
Wow.
For the United States of America. After he retired from that, he became a psychologist and worked at a university as a psychology professor. So he wrote this book that puts together his negotiation tactics and strategies with the psychology of it. And in that book, there's this equation. Frequency plus proximity equals affinity. So the more frequently we have an opportunity to interact with someone, the closer in proximity of those interactions. As long as the interaction is positive, the affinity will increase. We will become more attracted to each other. We will start to become more attractive. Now, not just necessarily like physically attractive, but attractive. We're attracted to that person for whatever reason. So knowing that equation, you can apply it. So my show, frequency, 5 days a week.
Right.
Proximity, well, you can't get any closer than this, right? I had people that watch my show have a more intimate relationship with me, some of them, than they do with their own spouse. Because if you think about it, where do you take this thing?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. So people are listening to me while they're in the shower. They're listening to me while they're on the toilet.
Oh.
They're listening to me in the car, right?
Man.
They're listening to me everywhere.
Proximity.
So proximities, you can't get closer. Like, you literally can't get closer.
Wow.
So we have frequency 5 days a week. Proximity, we're as close as humanly possible, or as unhumanly possible, right? And so as long as I make a positive impact every time, every interaction is positive, the affinity increases, they like me more. And that's why our Rise and Grind audience is a loyal community that will go to the end of the earth for each other, because they all see each other every morning too. They say good morning to each other. So the frequency's there, the proximity's there, the impact is there.
That's huge, man. I got to give you more of that. No, and like, he's got this tribe. I told Glenn that his gift, Glenn, your gift is like, getting people to come around you, right? The affinity,
right?
And to come around you for a common cause, right? You make people feel like $1 million. You speak life in them. You speak hope into them. You make them feel just so valued and seen. And like, I don't know if I've seen many people have that gift to the level and the caliber that you do, because you get them to rally around you for a common cause. And what you can do collectively is insane.
Tremendous.
What people can do. So I know that you've done a lot of amazing things. I know that you've won some awards for raising some money. We did some stuff with Tiffany Haddish's group in Clubhouse.
Totally. Yeah.
Right? And we raised a whole bunch of money. Actually, how much was that we raised up that day? Do you remember?
And Tiffany Haddish, we raised $45,000 in a couple hours.
And then Grant came in and matched it. Grant Cardone.
Grant did a match, yeah.
He did a match.
Yeah.
Insane. Like, it was just so cool. In a short amount of time, we were able to raise close to $100,000.
Amazing stuff. We've done, since I started the show, we've done well over $1 million in different charitable experiences where the community has just come together and done some amazing things. It's incredible.
It's awesome when people come together. And like I said, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet anyways. In my limited experience on this earth, I haven't seen anybody do it the way you do it. And I appreciate the way you do it. And I know the communities do, because you're helping so many people. Let's talk a little bit about social audio, Breakfast with Champions, the evolution of hashtag Rise and Grind, right? So, okay, so hashtag Rise and Grind, you started out in a closet.
I did.
Right?
Yep.
Started your show there.
Yep.
Actually, before we get into social audio, tell me about episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1 was rough, bro. Episode 1, so I went up into the utility closet of my house. It was upstairs. We had this kind of 600 square foot playroom area, man cave that my kids had taken over. And there was a little utility closet that had the water heater in there. And so I set up a desk. It was about 8 foot long and maybe 4.5, 5 feet wide. And I set up a desk in there so that you couldn't see the water heater. Set up a light, little halo light, and the little phone holder in the halo light thing, and took a laptop computer and said, I'm just gonna, this is where I'm gonna start tomorrow morning. And so I woke up the next morning at 5:20-ish, 5:20, and the show was 5:30. So I got up at like 5:20, meandered upstairs, turned on that bright halo light. I was like, like I felt like a vampire, like, or I'm melting. It was awful. And, but I turned on that light and hit live, and you can watch it, man. It's up there. It's about I don't know, 7 minutes long or something. I had no idea what I was doing, what I was going to say. And then day 2 was maybe 8 minutes, and day 3 was maybe 9. And, you know, now if you can keep me under 30 minutes, you're lucky.
Well, I'm going to tell everybody, like, you need to go do that. Go watch that first episode, and let me explain why. Because if people see you now, and, dude, you're a freaking rock star, right? Like, they see you now, if they watch your show, they hear you speak, like, wow, right? And they can start to compare, right?
Sure.
And they think, I want to do that, but I'm not that. And what I think is important, don't compare your day 1 to someone else's day 1,025.
Right, no doubt.
But people do that all the time.
Sure.
They'll see you online, and they're like, I don't even know how I would get there or whatever. Go watch that, right? And I think it's interesting because me and you started our show at the exact same time.
Right.
I didn't do it in a closet. I didn't do all that. I was still nervous. I was still fearful. I had fear and all that. And we were in a studio.
Right.
We had somebody making us look good and sound good.
That probably would have made me more nervous.
Oh, I was nervous.
Right.
We just played our episode 1 again, and watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Crazy.
But it's amazing. It's amazing, and I think people need to go. I think there's more value in watching that to see, hey, you know what? Everybody's got to start somewhere. So for anybody that's out there and you're thinking, like, I want to make an impact, or we teach the job seekers, hey, I want to get my name noticed. I want people to see me, recognize me, and I think you should start a show or do something like that.
Well, even if it's not a show, so I'm an equation guy. I like equations, right? It helps my brain understand things. And so, you know, an equation that I learned through this season over the last 4 years is consistent discipline compounded daily equals transformation.
All right. Hold on. Say it again.
Consistent discipline compounded daily equals transformation.
Love that.
So whether it's a show, whether it's whatever, working out, whether it's drinking water every day, whether it's you want to transform your relationship with your spouse, you want to transform a relationship with your kids, you want to transform your finances, whatever it is that you want to see transformation, which the word transformation to me means from what was to something new, right? To me, that's an important part. Transformation isn't from what was to something that looks different. It's from something that was to something new, right? I was transformed when I realized we were spiritual beings and allowed God to start to lead my life. That was transformation, right? That's what I'm talking about. So anytime you want to transform, if you really want a transformation, you're tired of it, you're fed up with it, you can't have it be this way anymore. You don't want to just doll it up, make it look a little bit different, right? Like your relationship with your spouse sucks, okay? It sucks. You don't just go date night once a month and hate each other at date night and look at your phone. No, we're looking for transformation, right? Full-on transformation. So if that's what you want, this is the equation to get that. Consistent discipline compounded daily equals transformation. So it's a consistent action that compounds over time. So my show, I just did it every day, and it starts to compound over time, right? And it was a discipline. Discipline means not easy, a stretch, uncomfortable, sometimes painful, sometimes hard, right? These are the things that we have to do in order to really transform. You can't just hang out, you know, laying in the Tempur-Pedic and expect transformation, right? That's just not how it works. So the discipline part means it's got to be a little bit of a stretch for you. But if you consistent discipline, compounded, and then do it daily. And here's the key, dude. People don't understand, and I did not used to understand momentum. Now we see it in sports, right? First there's a fumble. Oh my gosh, interception. Oh my gosh, they got the onside kick. Like momentum happens, and we see it in sports all the time. Well, it happens in our life also. When's the best time to sell a car? Right after you just sold one, right? Like momentum is a thing. What we tend to do, especially in America, I don't know other countries, I've never experienced them as well. We will do things consistently, but not daily. So define that. If somebody says I work out consistently, what does that mean to you?
Once a week, Twice a week.
Could be once a week, could be twice a week, could be 3, right?
Yeah.
They could say I consistently work out once a year, right? Anything can be put into consistently. Daily is a whole different thing. So we'll see people that'll wake up early Monday through Friday, sleep in on the weekend. You see people that will, work out certain days, but if they're on vacation, they're not going to work out.
Right.
If they're traveling, they're not going to hit it, right? And that's why people will have these 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, because you lose momentum when you do that.
Bro, I gotta tell you, you're telling me what I know, okay? You're talking to me. You're saying me. So okay, you sent me this.
Yes.
Right, we're gonna talk about this in a second.
Yeah.
You sent me the Morning 5 planner, and that's exactly what it is, bro. I got in here and I started doing it. I'm like, yeah, it's feeling good. I love it, love it, love it. Weekend. Right?
Yep.
Daily, 5 days a week, and then weekend. And then something would come up.
Yep.
Right? So daily is definitely that's the key, because otherwise
that is the key.
I fall off, right?
100%.
But I will tell you this, which we're going to talk about when we get back from the commercial break. This right here works.
Yeah.
Because even though I haven't necessarily been every day,
Sure.
I'm seeing massive transformation.
Love it.
So, guys, we got to go to a real quick break, but don't go anywhere. We got more Glenn Lundy when we come right back.
Hey guys, come work for the most innovative company in the world, 10X Incubator. We're launching 10,000, listen to me, 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. If you're a coder, what?
We got
programmer,
coders, we got graphic designers, we got copywriters, digital marketers, biz dev.
you name it.
You got
you
skill.
like tech, love tech,
hungry.
want to be in tech, okay? We don't actually require that you get the jab here either. Just so you know, if you want it, good. If you don't want it, no problem. We are hiring. We want you. If you're good at your job, if you're disciplined, if you want to be paid well, if you want to be taken care of, if you want to be in a 10X environment, click the link below. Give us your resume and a short video, 30-second video. Just tell us who you are. Tell us what you do. We want you. We want you.
Let's go.
We want you.
Hey, Trevor Houston here from the Who You Know Job Networking Show. And if you're currently out of work and maybe feeling a little past your prime and employers aren't necessarily knocking your door down to hire you, I want to tell you about a free training we have called the Career Transition Summit, where it's going to do 3 things. These 3 secret things are going to help you get back to your cash flow. So number 1, it's going to help you to rehumanize the experience of finding a job. It's been dehumanized. We need to put that human element back in. And number 2, we have this special formula that helps you to get noticed and stand out from your competition. And number 3, we have the formula and the systems to help you to get back to work by saying what you need to say in the interview process so you can close the deal and get your bank account full again. And the best news is it's absolutely free. So if that's you and you're feeling like you're a little past your prime, and we know you're not, and you really want to look as good on the outside as you are on the inside, click the link now to gain special access to this free training we have called the Career Transition Summit. It's going to get you back to your cash flow. It's going to help you to get noticed and really get you feeling good about yourself. So click the link now to get started.
So I'm literally standing on the edge of death. I mean, 3 feet left, 3 feet right, 3 feet behind me. It's over. It's over, man. And sometimes when you stand in this place, right, where you face death, you face your fear, it's the most exhilarating feeling that you can possibly have in life, because this is what it's all about. It's about living, right? It's about getting the heart rate up. It's about getting the blood pumping and the blood boiling. And so that's what we keep trying to challenge you to do with #Rise and Grind. We're just challenging you to push yourself out of your comfort zone, out of your limits, because when you do, you can soar with the eagles.
Welcome back to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important, but who you know? See, they got it on the third one, right?
Third time's a charm.
That's right. All right, we're back. I got Glenn Lundy in the house, and we've been talking about hashtag Rise and Grind, the morning routine, and now I want to talk a little bit about social audio, Breakfast with Champions,
Yeah, man.
the evolution of hashtag Rise and Grind, right? So talk to me about that first day that you got Clubhouse. Like, who introduced you to Clubhouse?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I can't remember.
How did you? I mean, you don't.
Somebody invited me. I guess it would be in my Clubhouse profile, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the first one, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'd be curious to see who that is.
But yeah, somebody was like, check out this Clubhouse thing. I'm like, last thing I need is another social media, bro.
Right. Man, tell me about it. There's so many new ones popping up all the time. So, okay, you got in Clubhouse.
Yes.
You started exploring. What was that experience like for you?
So jumped into Clubhouse on a Friday.
Okay.
Was fascinated. Immediately captured.
Yeah.
I went into a room where they were helping teach people about Clubhouse.
Okay.
And they were showing you how to make your bio and all this other stuff.
Right. I remember those days.
I ended up in that room for 16 hours.
16 hours. Oh my.
Part of which I went to sleep for just a couple hours, but I was waiting in line to ask a question. And so I went to sleep, stayed logged in, went to sleep for a couple hours, came back, then spent the whole next day down in my office working out and working on stuff.
Yeah.
Is what I kept telling the kids and my wife every time they come in.
I'm working.
I'll be up. I'll be up soon. Hold on. Dave's got to take care of a couple more things. I was just glued to this Clubhouse thing, dude. Like, just glued. I knew instantly there was something there.
So that was Saturday.
So Saturday. So then I got to my turn to ask a question, and there was a guy named L and his wife Ashley who were running the room. They'd been running the room for 14 days straight.
Oh my God.
Answering people's questions. And so it was my turn. And when I say they answered people's questions, like when you got to your turn, you stayed there till you were ready to go. So like they'd be with one person for an hour.
Oh, wow.
Answering questions. Like there was no, okay, you got 2 minutes
seconds.
and then you got to get up. No, they'd stay with until that person was crystal clear.
Wow.
And so when I got to L, I said, bro, I've got a show that I've been doing on Facebook for almost 4 years at 5:30 a.m., a morning show. What do you think I should do on this platform with that show, because Facebook's blocking me and all this other stuff, right? Yeah. And he thought about it, and we talked through. He was asking questions about the show, and he said, you know what you should do? He said, you should stream your show that you got on Facebook, stream it into the Clubhouse room, and then stay on after the show and have discussions about whatever you talked about on your show.
You were like...
And I thought, that's a great idea, right? That's a great idea. So then Sunday, I sent an email to you and a bunch of other people.
I got a phone call.
You should have got an email first.
No,
might be in your junk.
I got a phone call. It was like Sunday night.
Okay, so yeah, you're right.
And you were like, Clubhouse. And I'm like, what? Clubhouse?
Well, I sent this email out to a bunch, like to my people. People who had been on my show. Anybody that had been on my show, I sent them an email. And then I made some phone calls also. And I said, hey, we have an opportunity to dominate on this platform in the morning, change the way people start their day. I'm going to open a room starting at 5 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday. We're going to figure it out. Would love to have you part. We're going to do the thing. If you want to be a part of it, come join us tomorrow, 5 a.m. And I sent that out, made some phone calls, and I opened my first room that Monday morning. The first person in the room was Grant Cardone, who I had emailed. He was one of the people that I emailed. He was the first one in the room. The room popped to 2,500 people right out the gate. Yep. Then it jumped to like 4,000. The next day, Tyrese Gibson was in the room. The day after that, Tiffany Haddish was in the room. Like, you just
big names, yeah,
popping, bro.
Well, I remember. Okay, this is what I remember. So, and it's crazy how fast the time flies. Let me tell you, Clubhouse will steal your time. Like you, it goes like lightning fast.
You can invest your time.
Well, invest your time. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's an investment.
But it does, like, wow. Like you said, you the first day you were in, it was like 16 hours you were in it. Like, it will do that to you. But So I remember it was that Sunday night, right, before that Monday.
Right.
You called me up, and you were like telling me about Clubhouse, and it was like you had struck gold. The way you were describing it to me and telling me and this, that, and the other, and you're like, hey, Trevor, so I need you like 5 days a week, like every day for like 5 hours a day or whatever. And I'm like, and I'm like, what does he know that I don't know? What is this Clubhouse thing? I'm like, what did I tell you earlier? Your gift
Right.
is getting people to rally around you for a common goal. I was like, okay, yes. Right? Like, sometimes you just got to say yes. And It's not Clubhouse. I didn't know anything about Clubhouse. I didn't know anything about anything.
Right.
But I'm like, here's a guy that just found gold. Like, you could hear it in your voice. He was so excited. Guys, I'm telling you,
That's what it felt like.
No,
it felt like the heavens parted, and I could see God looking down, going,
here you go. This is your... So I said yes. Okay, so I remember that Monday we opened the room, or you opened the room, and Grant's there, and everybody's there. I had been trying to get Grant's attention for years.
Right.
Right. And got his attention. Right.
Well, it's because it's not what you know.
It's who you know. That's right. That's exactly right. Well, okay. So talk to us now. You've been doing Breakfast with Champions in Clubhouse for, is it coming up on 2 years now?
No, a little over a year.
A little over a year.
This was January of last year.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So what has been some things that have changed, evolved, adapted, right? Because I know you were doing hashtag Rise and Grind, and then you transformed it, and then things, like what have been some of those changes? And talk to us about some of that.
Yeah, so now we have like 50 different people that all contribute to make Breakfast with Champions happen. 6, 7, 8 hours of programming, 5 days a week versus 30 minutes of programming is what we were doing before. So now it's 8 hours of programming. The Rise and Grind show that I was doing, we had a big event this past November, retired that particular portion of the show and evolved it to where it's all just Breakfast with Champions. So multiple segments throughout the day, different hosts that come in, different expertise, different everything. So everything has changed since that day. Literally everything. My routines have changed. My mornings have changed. Relationships have changed. Literally everything has changed. I've learned a lot. I learned a lot.
All right, let's talk about
that. Especially in the last 6 months.
All right, because you say something that I think is important, and you'll have to rephrase it because I'm probably going to mess it up. But you say you don't fail, you learn. Is that how you say it, or how do you say it?
Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn.
Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn.
That's right.
Fail.
There's good days and there's character building days.
All right. What have been some of those learning days for you? What were some of the lessons?
Well, it just grew so fast, man.
Yeah.
It grew really, really fast, and I wasn't able to give it attention, automotive side of my business attention, wife, kids. You know, I'm all about investing time. You got to invest your time. And so it grew so fast, and it was just like all these different pieces. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to pull myself kind of out of that space a little bit and allow some other people to monitor and manage that space.
Right.
And in doing that, I made a crucial mistake when it came to the clarity of the vision and exactly where we were going. I hired like one of the most brilliant people I know, but I didn't take enough time with them to make sure that we saw things 100% the same way. Not 99% the same way, 100%. And the metaphor that I use is like a golf ball. If you hit a golf ball 1 millimeter off and you hit it a foot, it doesn't really make a difference. But when you hit it 300 yards, if you're a millimeter off, you end up on the wrong course.
Right.
And that's what happened with me and a partner of mine is we were a millimeter off in the beginning. And so as time kind of went on, it just caused some strife and conflict. Conflict with our relationships, conflict with the energy, the overall energy of the show. My partner was under all the weight and stress because I had a million other things going on.
Right.
And so I learned quickly that when God parts the heavens and says, thumbs up, he doesn't mean for you to run with it for just a second and then hand it off.
Delegate it.
That's not what he's asking you to do. He's saying, hey, I'm giving you this space, but I need you to be a part of it.
Right.
And that does mean you make some sacrifices. That does mean that it's hard. That does mean that it's difficult. But our visions, Trevor, our visions, our dreams, and the things that God plants in our heart, it's for us. Right? It's for us to be able to use our lives to make an impact in other people's lives. And I think sometimes too often we maybe dismiss that fact that it's when God gives you a gift, it was for you. And you got to receive that and run with it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get one. Woo! There we go. You like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
It's dope.
Well, I just want you to know, man, I appreciate you so much. And I know that there has been a lot of changes. And, I felt some of those changes, right? That Clubhouse and Breakfast with Champions, there was always something going on. There was a lot of those changes. I felt it, But there was a reason why I said yes, and that was you.
Appreciate that.
All the other noise, that's all that is.
Right.
It's just noise, and I got to hear some of that noise from time to time, but I tried to stay out of it.
Till we live, we grow, and we learn, man.
Yep.
That's it. We learn. So,
well, I
am so
appreciate you, and well, I'm grateful for you, man. Like, so since we got started running together, you've made a massive impact on my life. You introduced me to, when you came on the show, you introduced me to Danelle Delgado.
Right.
And she's absolutely fire.
No doubt.
Right? I hear she broke her leg recently.
That's what they keep telling me, but TMZ, they make stuff up. I'm just hoping she's just going to fly in here on her white horse on Wednesday. That's supposed to be here for an event. But yes, as of now, the word on the street is broken tibia, broken fibula.
I'm sending some healing her way.
Needs it.
Danelle, we love you. You're amazing. Well, you made that introduction. That was a direct connection that you made for me when I had you on the show. But there's been an indirect impact that you've made. Right, that you haven't really seen, or maybe you do recognize it. I don't know. Can we pull up the image of the show? Can I have that pulled up for you? All right. There's the indirect impact that you've had on this show. Right. There's some people that I've got to build relationships with: Grant Cardone, Elena Cardone, Sharon Lecter, Tim Story. Just some amazing people.
Barbara.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a lot of folks, right?
Yeah, Tamara, Andres.
And so what I love about
Craig
this,
Siegel.
It is all about who you know.
Dang, Marcus Black. You've had
Marcus Black. Yep.
Check you out, man. That's awesome.
Well, many of those people that you see on that image, I mean, again, that came as an indirect of getting to know you, right?
Amazing.
And being in Clubhouse and saying yes. And it has taken this show to a whole nother level, right? And it's opening doors for us, which has been an amazing thing, which all directly impacts what we can do in serving our audience.
No doubt.
Right? Which is the whole goal of the show. Like, in all transparency, I don't care. Like, Grant Cardone, great guy. But it's about being able to make impact for our audience, right? There's a bunch of people on there. Like, what I'm looking for on this show is I'm looking for people who are world changers, people who are actually out there moving and shaking, doing things in their communities, serving people. And so that's the type of stuff that we're looking for on this show, right? And you've connected me with a lot of those folks.
That's awesome.
So I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for running with the ball, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times, we hand the ball off and then somebody fumbles it, drops it, goes and takes a nap, sleeps on it. I love that you're taking action on that. That's incredible.
Well, you have to. You have to.
You don't have to. You choose to.
That's true.
Give yourself some credit. Most people don't. Like, you don't have to. It's all a choice. We don't have to do nothing. Like, literally nothing. Zip. Zero. Nada. Like, I'm sorry, you have to eat, you have to poop, and you have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
I think that's about it as far as the have-tos.
Yeah, there's only two guarantees, death and taxes.
That's it.
That's it.
Everything else is a choice, man. And I think more people need to know and understand that it's all a choice. Whatever our scenario or our situation right now, we can look at life two ways. We can look at life and say, I am the victim of, or we can say, I am a victor. Because of, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's a choice. It's simply a choice. So you chose to say yes. Then you chose to build the relationships. You chose to reach out. You chose to do the show. You chose to show up. Like, those are all choices you got to give yourself credit for, man.
Well, I
because a lot of people don't make that choice.
Well, I appreciate you, man, and everything. Like, it's just been an amazing. I can't believe this is our first time meeting each other in person. This crazy world we live in, this virtual world where you can just like get super close to somebody and never even met them.
Right.
It's just insane.
It is wild.
Like, people get married that way. You know that?
Dude, this woman just had a baby on Clubhouse yesterday.
They what?
A woman had a baby on Clubhouse.
Wow.
Yesterday.
Hold up.
Yeah, and she talked about it. I popped into the room. It said first ever live Clubhouse birth.
No, my God. I bet that room was full.
There was people in there. But I popped on, and the woman was talking about how she had a lot of depression with her pregnancy, and the community of people on Clubhouse poured into her, sent her gifts, bought her meals, loved on her, all of these things. She felt closer to them than she did the people out here in the real world that are zipping by and not paying attention. So she sure is set up and had her baby live on Clubhouse.
She had an audio baby.
An audio baby.
She had an audio baby.
You could hear the whole thing.
Wow. Listen, hey, for the audience real quick, I also want y'all to know something too, because we're talking a lot about this audio stuff, Clubhouse, and since audio has come out, a social audio, there's been several other channels, Twitter's got theirs, Twitter Spaces, the Green Room is Spotify, and now LinkedIn. So guess what? I've been waiting. It is beta. And I'm knocking on doors right now to get that access for you so that I can bring that to you guys. I can't wait. It's something that is going to be.
I don't know why don't you have it now?
I'm in the creator stuff.
You're in
I know.
Club.
LinkedIn. Okay, let's talk about this for a second.
Let's do it.
So you got this amazing community on Facebook,
right?
Crushing it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook should love you.
Oh, that's why you can't get in.
How many times were you blocked on Facebook?
Oh, multiple. And thrown in Facebook jail and squashed and blacklisted and all those things.
Yeah, I've been blocked 3 times on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I forgot that you talk about God. You pray on your show. That's not allowed on social media channels.
I don't know if that's it.
Yeah, whatever. I do.
All right. Well, they have sent me other reasons. They're like, here's these things. And I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
All I know is if I go on there and, like, if you and I got in a fight right now and beat each other until I ripped your head off and your spine
that would go
came
viral.
out and blood went everywhere.
It'd go viral.
They'd shoot that stuff everywhere. But you and I start praying over some people, they're going to blacklist this whole shit. They'll whitewash the whole dang thing. I'm just saying. Flip through your feeds right now. See how many people you see praying for people.
Ooh. Ooh.
Go through it. I bet you won't find none.
Wow. So, okay.
But we can find a bum fight.
That's true.
We can find a bum fight.
That is
We can
true.
find a COVID fight. We can find a I hate Trump rally. We can find a Let's Go Brandon. We can follow all that. We can find all that.
And you can go on a rabbit hole and all that. Well, and here's what I will talk about this real quick. And I know we're running past time. Trey, our producer, he's like, hey, y'all need to get. Hey, real quick. Real quick, I do want to talk about this. All right. So, Facebook, you were talking about all of that. You can see everything.
Yeah.
You can see it all. LinkedIn, in my opinion, is probably the most censored channel because it's a professional network.
Sure.
They don't like any of that. They don't want that stuff.
Right.
So all that fighting and violence and this and that you're not going to see that on LinkedIn. They will block that in a heartbeat.
I will say, just to clarify, LinkedIn has never done
anything
done me wrong. Facebook,
right?
LinkedIn, though, I love you, and I'm looking forward to doing business with you in the future.
I do love LinkedIn. I think when you look at the news feeds, it's the most positive platform out there. It really is, because you don't see all that, because they do censor.
Yeah, LinkedIn's been really good to us.
They censor the heck. They're probably the most censored. It's probably the most censored platform, but it's also the most positive when you look at it. You're like, wow, this is great. People actually want to be here because it's not all crazy. Anyway, we go off on a rabbit hole of that. We got to give some stuff away to the audience now, okay? So I know you have your morning 5. You want to give your phone away?
Oh, I didn't have much.
Oh, okay.
I figured they probably didn't want half drink
You have
water.
your morning 5 steps to help you start and build an incredible life.
That would be better.
Right?
That would be better.
So we want to give that to the entire audience.
Let's do it.
Right?
I'm in.
So how do they go get that? Where do they go to find that?
themorning5.com. That's the number 5. themorning5. Don't spell out 5. Somebody else owns that. He ain't got nothing attached to it, but he won't sell it to me. themorning5.com or just morning5.com. You can download my free ebook, 5 Simple Steps to an Extraordinary Life. It's a book that you can read, less than an hour. You can get the Audible version if you want. And it breaks down these 5 simple things that if you consistent, discipline, compounded daily equals transformation.
All right,
That's
now
it right there.
Now we're going to give 5 of these away.
Yes, we're going to give 5 planners away.
We're going to give 5 planners away, and this planner is amazing. So those 5 steps, guys, they do make a massive impact. So I'm going to just kind of rattle them off real quick. So, and this planner is so in depth, y'all. It really, really does work. But no snooze button. Okay, no snooze button, no phone or any screen time. You don't want that first thing in the morning. Gratitude and goals. Send an encouraging message. I love that. And physical activity every day.
That's it.
Right? It sounds easy. This is really tough, y'all. It's actually really tough to do it every day.
Every day.
It's the daily that makes it tough. So we're going to give 5 of these away. And here's what I'd actually like to do. I'm going to start the pay it forward. Okay, so you said you were going to give 5 away, and I appreciate that so much that I'm going to match it. So I'm going to give 5 away. Right? You like that? Woo! Okay. But there's a caveat.
That's awesome.
There's a caveat. Okay? So my 5 that I'm giving out into the universe, they have to pay it forward. Well, they don't have to, but that's a strong word. It's encouraged that you then go and buy one for someone that you love and appreciate, right? And teach them to buy one and pay it forward and send it to the next person and the next person and the next person. So hopefully we can get this thing.
Bro.
We did the numbers earlier.
Imagine what the world would look like.
Imagine.
If everyone started their day in gratitude. If everyone started their day writing down their goals, if everyone started their day sending out an encouraging message, taking care of themselves, mind, body, and spirit, imagine what the world would look like.
It would be different, that's for sure.
Amen.
So that's what I'm going to do. Let's go to the audience real quick. So I've got a question for the audience. He had a formula earlier on. I talked about his formula that equals affinity, right? Equals affinity. What is the entire formula? Tell us in the chat. While we're waiting on that, I'm gonna give some shout outs. So
I know it.
You know it. You know what time it is. All right, so we've got, I see Hope Mangita in the house. Paul Haggerty, of course you're here, Paul. I appreciate you so much. He's trying to get on the show. He's like, I'm going to be.
Paul's the one with 47.
Yeah, 47 comments. He's like, I'm getting on this show. I see Yolanda, good to see you. Holly, hello, good to see you. I got to refresh here so I can pull up my comments.
Rodney Rock Hatfield is on here. He says, Trevor Houston, you have a fun and informative show. Thank you for sharing Glenn Lundy with more of the world. Oh. Mary Lynn Wilkins on here. Nathaniel Banks. Let's see. I got them. It's streaming in different places.
All right, so I see. Okay. Well, this is the different formula, but I want to give it to Yolanda. So she had your other formula, which was consistent discipline compounded daily equals transformation.
That's a good formula.
That's a good formula. So Yolanda, I'm going to give you one of these things. Congratulations, Yolanda. Whee! All right, but just make sure to pay it forward. Okay, pay it forward. All right. But there's actually a different formula that we are looking for. We're looking for a different formula. It is the equals affinity. Affinity. That was the one that we're talking about.
What plus what?
Equals affinity. What plus what equals affinity? Tell us in the chat. She said thank you. Yolanda says thank you. I'll pay it forward. Make sure to do that. Thank you so much, Yolanda. You're going to like it. It is amazing. And one of the things I will tell you about this while we're waiting that I've enjoyed, Glenn, is that for me, writing down my goals, okay, like I have a million things I want to do, right? I'm very ADD, and I'm like, I know, like I'm constantly looking at ways I can grow the business and grow things, and so I get a little scatterbrained sometimes. Writing it down, prioritizing it every day.
Yeah, man.
I'm getting those things done, getting them done. As where before it was like I'd get little pieces done of it. And then a new shiny thing would pop up, and I'm on to that.
No doubt.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So this is
increase your efficiencies.
Yep.
Increase your speed to scale. All of those things.
Holly says frequency plus question mark equals affinity.
He's right there.
All right, y'all. I'm just gonna give it to you. So it's frequency plus. Oh, hold on. Gregory's got it. Frequency plus proximity equals affinity.
Yes.
All right, Gregory. So I got one for you. I'm gonna send it out your way. But remember, pay it forward, right? Remember, pay it forward. I'm gonna give one to Holly. I want to do our whole team. So Mark, he's not here, but he's gonna get one. I'm gonna get him a thumbs up right here. So he's gonna get one. Foster, I gotta get my brother one. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that. And I want to give one to Hope. Hope Megita in the house. Paul Haggerty, you're gonna get one. I'm gonna hook you up. And we'll go back through the comments and give the rest away. But
I love it, man. I love it.
Man, I appreciate you so freaking much. Thanks, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Guys, do me a big favor. Actually, Glenn, hold that. Hold that right now. If everybody in the audience can take a screenshot right now. Hold that up. Hold that up. There you go. Take that screenshot. And I want you to post this thing all over social media. I want you to, this is your social post for today. I want you to post it out there, tag Glenn, and blow him up. Let him know how much you appreciate him being on this show.
That'd be great. I'm cool with all that.
Because it's all about.
Do what he just said.
Who ya know?
Trevor Houston here, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the Who You Know Job Networking Show. We hope you've been inspired, encouraged, educated, and entertained all at the same time. For information on our different events, workshops, partners, or partnership opportunities available, check out whoyouknow.show for more details. And be on the lookout for our new mobile app. You never know how this show could help someone you know? And if we've made an impact or put a smile on your face today, don't forget to hit that share
share button on your way out. Until next week, it's all about who you know. Bye.
Oh. Faith without works is dead. I don't wanna die so soon. I got moves to make instead. I ain't scared, I'm prepared. Big ideas inside my head. I'm gonna make them manifest. And I'm dressed for success. I left, right, order my steps.